Good morning, welcome to Songbird Homestead. I'm Kimberly and this is Songbird Homestead. I am in northern Maryland. I believe it's the newly zoned 7B. It is New Year's Eve, so happy New Year's Eve. You can probably see I still have some Christmas decorations up. I'm just sitting out in my garden contemplating some of the things I want to do for, of course, it's the end of the year, so it's a good time to, of course, reflect on the past year and, of course, think about the things, that you aspire to, or goals or resolutions, as some people call them, for the upcoming year or season. We had a lot of things going this year, so it's definitely a lot for me to reflect on. So I'll just start with some of the things that happened this year that were really impactful for us, some things that we didn't know were goals or things that we wanted to do that ended up being fulfilled. Well, we knew we wanted them, but we really didn't have this plan for last year. This time we weren't thinking about this. The biggest thing, of course, is that we moved. We had been talking about moving. We were on about a fifth of an acre right at the Baltimore County line, and we had been talking some time about just growing our what we had going on, expanding. So just as it happened, we were talking one day and we said, let's list the house. We called the realtor. Like 8 weeks later, we settled on what is our new place up in northern Maryland, northeast to be exact, and it's just about 3/4 of an acre. So very surprising turn of events. Like I said, last year this time we definitely didn't think that I'd be sitting where I am now, but here I am. So that's pretty cool. It's very exciting, very big change. We went from, like I said, a fifth of an acre to about 3/4 of an acre, a lot more space. We did move mid-June, so I only got to put in basically the same amount of stuff we would have put in at our old place, because that's how many plants I had started. But because it was the middle of the season, basically, we really didn't get a lot of, we yielded stuff for us to eat and maintain, but not a lot to put up or can or anything like that. So, but that's okay, because now we're here. We've had the summer to kind of get an idea of what this place can do, just the way the rain and the temperature and just the climate and everything, so that we're prepared for this upcoming season, which is really excited. I'm really excited to be able to plant even more things and just expand. Which leads me to, well, that was the biggest thing that happened this year. That was the main thing. I did expand my ability for canning. I gave away a lot of, not a lot, but I was able to gift a lot of homemade things this year to family and friends, from things that I had grown and made, jams, preserves, sauces, that sort of thing, which was pretty fulfilling for me on a personal level. Like, that was pretty exciting. I kind of always wanted to do that. Let's see, what else was big this year? I don't know. I mean, that's the biggest thing, was of course the move. That leads me into the next thing. Now that we have the bigger area, of course, like I said, we want to grow a lot more stuff. Our area now is fenced in. Most of what I'll call the backyard, that is mostly fenced in. That's all fenced in, which is good, because we do have a dog that I like to be able to keep contained. But a good bit of what we own is not fenced in. So behind our fence, and you can't see it from here, maybe in other videos you've seen it, it goes all the way to the trees. So we are going to put in a new fence, put the new fence in, re-outline that area. I don't know that we're going to take the old fence down. I'm not really sure how that's going to work. I'm going to leave that up to my husband and right-hand man. So that's something we're going to do this year. Let's talk about goals for this year. We want to put the new fence up and make a new boundary. We do have, I guess there's probably deer here, so we do want to protect our stuff from the deer, plus keep predators out, keep the dog in, and that sort of thing. We definitely want to put more, have have more growing space. I don't know that we're gonna do raised beds. We're thinking about doing no-till. I would like to do no-till. My husband would like to till, so I'm not sure. I don't want to do raised beds because of the cost of the wood and all the extra dirt and all that. The area that we're thinking about growing, or that we're going to be growing in, doesn't look like it's ever been planted. It has really nice, thick, lush grass. So I'm really excited about that because I think it's really good soil underneath. It is on a slant, and it also is, it feels wet and spongy, but I can't tell if that's the grass. That's how nice the grass and soil is. So it almost sometimes feels spongy, but I'm not sure. So the water, and I'm gonna have to plant at the top. So there's some things we have to figure out, but that's our next big thing that we're really thinking about, is getting that area ready, whether or not we're gonna do, I don't think raised beds, but I'm thinking long term, like maybe put a small greenhouse, maybe like an 8x10, because I'm not sure where I'm going to start my seeds. I do have a great big shed, shop, garage, barn, as you can see behind me, but it's not heated. It has electric, but it's not heated, so I'm kind of like thinking, where am I going to put at my old house? I didn't have as much growing space, so I could fit all the plants in my house. I would put them in our spare room. I set up tables and grow lamps, and it was heated, of course. But here, I don't really have that option, so I'm not sure. That's something I'm going to have to look into and make a plan for. So, thinking maybe a greenhouse. So I have to get the lay of the land back there. If I'm going to put a greenhouse up, I would like to do an outdoor kitchen. Something about that just seems very exciting to me. That probably won't be this year. I don't think that's a this year plan. That's like a long term. I like to have long term goals and then short term goals, and then, of course, work and, baby steps towards the bigger goals. The second big thing, besides the expanding the garden to the back area of the property, we also are going to get chickens this year, which I am stupid excited. My McMurray or Hatchery or whatever the name of the company is the catalog came, it must have come yesterday. Today's Sunday, so it didn't come this morning. So it must have come yesterday, and I'm really looking forward to sitting down and going through that. Unfortunately, I've been on vacation for like 2 weeks. I think it's a total of like 18 or 19 days. I wish, like yesterday, all of a sudden my mailbox, I went out this morning and my mailbox had I had like 7 catalogs in there of all different botanical interests, burpee, gurneys, the Murray, chickens, all kinds of different breeding material that I wish I'd have had over the last 2 weeks, but that's okay. So again, chickens, that's our next thing. I'm very excited. My husband has recently started woodworking, building stuff. He got he got a miter saw for Christmas, and he's been like all about it. So he thinks he's planning to build a coop, which I'm really excited about that. That'll be pretty neat to have our chickens and our eggs in a coop that he built. So I'm just really trying to. Good morning, birds. I'm really trying to continually narrow our consumption down, our purchases, trying to have less of a commercial influence on our life and more of a, hey, what can we do ourselves, with what we have, what can we create, what can we produce and consume ourselves, and keep our circle, a little more sustainable, within what we have going on. We do work full-time jobs though. Both of us work outside of the house, 40 plus hours a week. We do have a 45-minute commute each way, both of us. We did keep when we moved, we kept those jobs, so we still have that. So just trying to figure all that out, but we've been figuring it out since mid-June, and it is, December 31st of 2023, so just a little bit over 6 months, but that's just kind of what we have going on. Like I said, we moved this year. We've learned some skills and some things that we didn't have before. We've expanded on. He just built a nice compost station. First we tried it with just a tote. First we tried it with a little baby cooler, and then we went to a tote, and then my children bought me a tumbler for, I think, my birthday 2 years ago. And then from the tumbler, and then we've got bigger totes, and now we have a 3-bin station that he built from pallets, which is pretty cool. So really taking a lot of the skills that we've had and continuing to just grow them and expand them and take them to another level, which is it's been pretty fulfilling on a personal level. It's just been it feels good to be able to do these things. And when I go in the basement, when I make a loaf of fresh bread, or I made some biscuits, I don't know, for a family breakfast a couple months ago, and I made homemade biscuits, and then I pulled out my homemade peach jam, and that was really very exciting, all the scents coming out. But that was really exciting. It just feels good to be able to feed your family with stuff that doesn't have as many preservatives and chemicals and hormones and growth additives and who really even knows what. But it just really feels good to have this kind of lifestyle. So as we go into the new year, we just want to continue to expand on that. Like I said, get some chickens, expand our growing area, learn to can more things, and just expand that whole thing. I've recently made fire cider for the first time, so we'll see how that turns out. But anyway, 2023 was a great year. We've really we just started this channel in the beginning, sometime in 2023. I want to try to make more content in 2024 now that we have more things going on. But 2023 was a great year. I wish you all well for the upcoming year, health and lots of love and happiness, and just solid mental health, and like I said, happiness and love and joy with people around you. So thanks for stopping into Songbird Homestead. Again, see you later 2023, and 2024, here we go.